Welcome back into Rounding Third Baseball, episode 242, Hot Stove. I'm Nick, and we have Harrison. How are we doing tonight, Harrison?
Fantastic, Nick. How we doing?
Doing pretty well. I obviously made this slide before news dropped about 10 minutes ago, and then scrambling to kind of put that into the show, but we will definitely get into that in a little
It seems
bit.
like that's always the case. News breaks like right before we go on.
Yeah, it's crazy. Then we're scrambling. But all right, before we get going, make sure you follow and like us on Facebook. You can subscribe on YouTube. You can also follow on Instagram, Rumble, and TikTok. You can also listen on Spotify and Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your podcasts. We also have our affiliate sponsors, Dick's Sporting Goods, MLB Shop, and Lids. You can find these links on the tops of all of our socials. So if you do any shopping with these companies, please do it through our links on our page, as we get a nice little kickback with no additional cost to you. So just a great way to support the show. We also have Rounding Third merch. If you search Rounding Third Baseball on Etsy, you can find sweatshirts, t-shirts, tumblers, phone cases, a whole bunch of stuff on there that you can pick from. Another great way to support us. All right, here we go. Like I said, 10 minutes before we come on, Josh Naylor to the Mariners. This is going to throw off stuff that I have later on in the show, because I had the Diamondbacks as I'm not sure, I believe. I think ultimately I put them as a seller, but I mean, Diamondbacks to the Mariners and the shoe, you ask, it's the first one to drop for sure. So now I think Diamondbacks are in full sell. As long as you don't get rid of my boy before Saturday, I'll be happy. If I can go see Ketel Marte play and then you do what you want with him, that's fine. I hope he stays in Arizona, disclaimer. But I think we're seeing Gino Suarez move here in the next couple of days.
Yeah, I can't imagine a world in which Ketel Marte gets moved, considering he's got like 4 years left on his contract. Relatively inexpensive, and he's really the cornerstone. But
yeah,
the Diamondbacks have continued to kind of be on the fence. They've had a rough kind of go of it since the All-Star break. They showed some signs, and they kind of coughed it back up. So if I'm Mike Hazen, I think I'm looking realistically at who are the guys I'm going to keep. Naylor's probably not one of them. Let me go get some prospects and replenish the farm system. Move this guy on. I'm sure, and I haven't even seen the package because it literally just broke. Yeah. I'm sure he got some decent talent back, because that is a bat the Mariners desperately need.
Naylor's going to go there and immediately make an impact in that Mariners lineup. There's no doubt. Like he came to Arizona and was great for them. Yeah. Steady too, and he's there every day. Yeah. Can hit lefties, can hit righties. He can hit them all.
Yeah, power. Can hit the both fields. All reports are he's a great teammate, adequate fielder. He's not going to hurt you. I thought he was a great fit in Arizona. It just, the whole season's been such a dumpster fire for them that it didn't matter.
Yeah, and I don't think this is the Diamondbacks not wanting Naylor. I think it's just the direction that the season's going, like you said, yep. And the Diamondbacks have a chance to make themselves better. I mean, he was technically a rental player anyways. You were only going to get him for a year and a half, possibly. So why not trade him? And Captain, I'm with you here. They're going to move a couple pieces, but keep most of them. I agree. They're young. You're not going to see Carroll move. You're not going to see Marte move. You're going to move the guys that move that have expiring contracts.
Yeah, it's like we said on Sunday. If I'm Mike Hazen, I'm looking at who's in my future plan and who's not. Josh Naylor likely wasn't going to get re-signed. Go get something for him. Gino Suarez likely not going to be re-signed. Go get something for him. Ketel Marte is a cornerstone player. He stays. Yeah. Corbin Carroll, cornerstone player. Zach Gallen, he's a free agent. Are you going to re-sign him? I don't know. He might be a guy you look to move.
Not after this year, I don't think.
Fair. It's been a rough season for Gallen. But another reason to say, well, go get something for him, because you're probably not going to try to keep him anyways.
Right. Welcome, Musicum. Meh, Naylor. Okay. Kind of on the fence with him. Yeah, and that's fine.
Does Naylor all of a sudden throw the Mariners in a World Series conversation? No. But he does fill a huge hole in that lineup, makes that lineup more dangerous, and certainly makes their playoff chances a whole lot better.
Yeah, I think it's an upgrade no matter how you look at it.
Yeah. But it's not like you went out and got, a guy that's going to completely change the path of your season.
No. But again, it's the first shoe to drop.
Yeah, good piece.
We know Mariners are buying. I mean, we kind of figured they were, and here we go. So
But
that's
how they had payroll to add people, but did nothing in the offseason. Weird.
yeah. I don't know. Yeah, and
Well,
this
Arizona
is
begins.
yep, and that's what we just said, Nico. I think it stinks because I've been high on this team for the last 3 years. I've watched them very closely. I love how they play baseball over there. And the guys they bring in also make impacts, but they just got hurt too often this year. I mean, it was just from the get-go. It was like injury after injury. You know, AJ Puck, Tommy John, Justin Martinez in the back, Tommy John. Just too many injuries for them to overcome.
Corbin Burns, like, surprisingly goes down.
That one was bad too. Completely forgot about that one.
Yeah, just boom, gone.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Captain, you're 100% right. The M's first base production was absolute trash. They've gotten literally nothing out of position all year. So Josh Naylor is a huge upgrade at that position for sure.
Yeah.
And I think Forrest, I totally agree. One of the things I love about Naylor, there's a lot of things to like about Naylor's game. There's also things about his game to not like, but his intensity, that Mariners team is going to love that. The fans are going to love that. This dude is all in every friggin' pitch.
He is.
And people are going to love that.
Yep. And another guy where his helmet pops off every swing.
Yep.
Do we think Tristan McKenzie will go to another team? I mean, I think the Guardians are in sell mode. I mean, they said, was it last week or on Sunday, that they are looking mostly to move the bullpen guys, like the high end bullpen guys were definitely on the market. I haven't heard much about starters, but I mean, if you're going to tear down the pitching staff and you get the right deal for Tristan McKenzie, I could see the starting pitching market's not great out there. So if somebody puts together a package for him, possibly.
Yeah, McKenzie's a hard one because he hasn't actually been good since 2022.
Yeah.
He's missed a lot of time, and when he's been in there, he's been ineffective. He just got back.
Yeah.
Could he go somewhere? Sure. I mean, I'm sure he could go somewhere. I just don't know what the market is for a guy who's had a over 5 ERA for the last 24 outings of his over the last 3 seasons.
Yeah.
Stuff is still there, but his command has been gone and he's not been healthy.
Yeah.
So he's going to be a tough guy to trade only because you're not going to get anything back.
That's fair. Yeah. Loves Yvonne. Like, you got to give us a couple seconds to finish our sentence, and we'll get back to your comments. I swear.
Unfortunately, there are like 5 or 6 comments ahead of you.
Yeah. So we'll get to you. We've got to finish our thought. We're trying not to jump around too high.
And Captain agreed. His value is not high.
Yeah.
Somebody that's going after McKenzie is taking a flyer on the fact that he's finally going to be right because he hasn't been right since 22. However, he's also a guy who's got physical gifts. He's still only 27. Great arm. You haven't seen it. And again, he's another guy who's a free agent. He's arbitration eligible, I should say, not a free agent, arbitration eligible next year. He comes with control. However, you just don't know what you're going to get from him, and you haven't for 3 years.
Yeah. So yeah, with Naylor moving, Gallen's gone, Kelly's gone, Suarez is gone. I think it's just a matter of time before we see these 3 go.
Yeah. Right? I mean, I don't think that there's any reason to not move on from them. Merrill Kelly, I feel like might be at the bottom of the list of people to move. He's been very consistent for them. He's under control, I believe, for next year as well. Yes, he's under he's an unrestricted free agent. At the end of next year, he's got a club option for $7 million next year. He's a guy you probably want to hang on to because he could become kind of your transition anchor guy next year for cheap money.
Yeah,
but I think if the right offer comes in, you let him go. But I would trade Gallen before I traded Merrill Kelly.
I mean, I would too, but I think they're banking on Brandon Pfaadt too. He seemed to have found it his last 2 starts.
Yep.
I think they're banking on Brandon Pfaadt to be that kind of gap guy until Burns comes back, and then they can really start building that rotation again. But I don't know. Interesting.
It's tough. I mean, the Diamondbacks are in a tough spot. Like, they've got a number of guys that are on expiring contracts that probably aren't part of their future. that would be good to move on from. You've got some guys who are stuck in between where, Mike Hazen's gonna have to make a decision about what this team's gonna look like next year. And is this just like a dump off some pieces and rebuild in the offseason, or is this like we're going into rebuild mode, push the reset button?
Yeah. I like that. It's weird because I don't think they're going to have to go into full rebuild, really. I mean, their offense, even if you take Suarez and Naylor out of that offense is still going to produce a ton of runs. You're just giving Pavin Smith a clear road to play every day, right?
Fair.
He's most likely going to take over that first base spot. So are you going to lose a little production there? Like maybe. It's going to be interesting to see what they do at third base because Vargas is out. And Vargas broke his foot on a hit by pitch in Chicago, I think, before the All-Star break.
Oh,
so
right.
Maybe it's Blaze Alexander. He's been playing over there a lot. He's up with the club again. So maybe it's Blaze when they move on from Suarez. And I think it's just a matter of when, I think, at this point.
Yeah, I mean, and the Diamondbacks' problems have been the offense. It's just the pitching sucks. Just consistently sucks year after year. They give up way too many runs. They give up way too many leads late.
Yeah.
Maybe offensively you drop a couple pieces. Maybe it's a full reset of the pitching. Maybe you dump more people than you think and you try to rebuild that.
Yeah.
But it's been pitching for the last 3 years that has hurt that team.
Yeah. Coppin says Class A should be moved because Cleveland won't have a pot of work for him lately. Yeah. I mean, I think he could be gone too. The right deal, and Guardians has said we're listening to everybody. So,
and rightfully so, they should.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, obviously, Jose Ramirez is not available. Like, there's no world in which he'll be available.
I don't think Steven Kwan either.
No, who just had his first multi-home run game, which I find hilarious.
Yeah, well, I mean, dude's not exactly built for power, but
no.
Yeah. So real quick, Harrison, Rockies over under 41 wins. Back-to-back series wins. I might be taking the over now.
That schedule is challenging. I mean, right now they're pacing right at 41 wins.
Yeah.
That schedule is challenging. I'm still gonna take the under, but they're at least giving it a run, and I at least appreciate the fact that this is not going to be a total joke.
Yeah.
I mean, it's already a joke. Don't get me wrong, but
right. All right, we'll get back to the trade deadline stuff in a little bit when we go over some buyers and sellers. But our Boston Red Sox lose on a walk-off catcher's interference. The Phillies didn't even put the ball in play in the bottom of the 10th inning to walk it off. First time a walk-off catcher's interference has happened since 1971.
I mean, what an embarrassing way to lose a game. First of all, you've got a couple of walks to load them up, and then you got the catcher's interference. I mean, I will say, Hicks' velocity is back. He finally looks right. Obviously, the command will come back in time, but at least the velocity is back.
Yeah.
But I mean, as bad as it was watching him walk guys, this was just heart-wrenching to watch a catcher's interference in that game. He finally throws a strike and the glove sticking out.
Yeah. I mean, brutal. I mean, this backswing, though. I mean, I know he's checking his swing and he's not meaning to do it, but this is great. He's reaching. This is the exact picture of the play that it happened. I mean, you see how far back. It's almost like he's looking to make contact with the glove right there.
Yeah, and for all we know, maybe he saw the previous pitch that he was leaning out and he took advantage of that. I don't know, but
yeah. Forrest says, was that enough of a swing to really be interference with the batter based on the letter of the rule book? I mean, that's also a fair point, but catcher's interference is catcher's interference.
Yeah, I mean, if he advances at the ball at all, then yes, by the rule book, yes, that would be catcher's interference.
Yeah, and then Cran, I think the next day it was Bryce Harper was coming in, right? And Narvaez stepped in front of the plate before the pitch crossed, and you can't do that. That's a catcher's balk.
Yep.
So he automatically scores and every runner moves up a base. So
yeah, Narvaez had a rough 24 hours.
Yeah, he lost the defensive war title right there in those two games.
And really, I mean, they were two, I would say, kind of, those are amateur mistakes. You don't expect a professional catcher to jump out of the catcher's box that quickly. I mean,
Yeah.
granted, the hitter bailed. So, I mean, Narvaez saw an opening, but as a catcher, your feet can't come out of that box before the ball gets to you.
But it's instinct too.
It is.
You know, like you have a throw coming in from the outfield. What's the first thing you do? You move towards the ball, get in front of the plate to like. I don't see fault in that one necessarily. Like that's just like you're thinking quick. The runner's coming in, like you said, the batter bailed. Like I just got to get the ball as quick as I can.
But at the same time, we've seen enough steals at home over time where the catchers haven't done that. He should know better.
Yeah.
I mean, that is catching 101, that your feet don't come out of that box until you've received. Yeah. So, yes, those were two especially boneheaded mistakes on his part. And he owned them. I mean, he came right out and said, I got to be better. He owned the fact they were bad mistakes. And you could see it all over Cora's face both times, just shaking his head like, oh, my God, like we have to not do this kind of stuff.
But that's a rookie mistake. We have to remember this guy's a rookie. He's still learning. I get it. He's probably been catching for years, but we're gonna see plays like that. So I don't know.
So it's tough. It was a tough 24 hours for Narvaez, and then he redeemed himself. So it was all was good again.
Yeah.
But like that's the kind of stuff that you just have to, you can't do it.
Right. Musicum, this is a great point. We have talked about this before. Catchers now more than ever reaching for the ball, trying to frame, and you see catchers interference calls almost every game at this point. It seems like
I feel like I never saw catcher's interference the last couple years. I mean, hell, we saw Contreras get his arm broken.
That one was brutal.
That was gnarly. But it is. I mean, these guys are trying to get every edge possible to frame these pitches. And I feel like catcher's interference is just one of those things like, well, if it happens, it happens. But if I can steal 6 strikes a game, then I'll take it.
Yeah. Yeah. Captain, we agree. Like even as Red Sox fans, not liking what the result, like it is a cut and dry call. There's no gray area there. We agree.
Yeah. It is, these guys know it, in the heat of the moment, he was trying to make a play. Totally get it. But you've got to maintain that presence of mind to know what you can and can't do.
Yeah.
And didn't matter. Harper was going to be safe anyways.
Right.
So it really didn't matter.
Yeah. We need more straight steals at home. I don't disagree with you, Forrest.
Some of these guys are so slow to the plate, even in their, quote unquote slide step. I'm surprised we don't see more.
Yeah. Yeah. Great.
Yeah. Captain, go to hero the baseball way.
Yep.
It totally is. That's how it goes.
Yeah.
He 2 big mistakes. One costs him a game, one costs him a lead. And then he comes back and redeems himself by giving them the lead back. I mean, it is so baseball to screw up and then redeem yourself.
Yep. All right. Rich Hill, good old Dick Mountain, 14th MLB team, ties the record with Edwin Jackson for the most, makes the start and goes, what was it, 5 scoreless, I think?
No, he gave up 2 or 3. And they were
either
the first one he gave up was on a chintzy infield single. I mean, he got nickeled and dimed a little bit, but curveball looked good. Fastball command was good. I still don't know how he gets guys out because his stuff is so weak, but he just fills up the strike zone and makes you hit it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, just absolutely incredible.
This is an interesting question. While we're on the Rich Hill topic, does ABS change these guys trying to steal calls by framing pitches?
Yeah, absolutely.
I think catchers are always going to try to frame and steal some calls, but for sure, I think ABS is the ultimate kind of the truth maker of the whole situation where it cleans it up.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, after I said yes, I think it might not. You might still frame to try to get the other team to burn their challenges. And there is a chance that, you do frame a pitch that barely nicks the strike zone and you get it. So, yeah, maybe you will.
Yeah, I think guys are still going to try to frame pitches. Maybe they're not going to be so intense on it because they know that they've got a safety net, but guys aren't going to challenge every pitch. So they're still going to be able to steal calls if they can frame them correctly. Guys aren't going to challenge a 1-0 fastball on the black. If you can steal that call, I doubt that's going to get challenged.
Yeah, that's fair. What are our thoughts on Nick Kurtz lately? That kid's
a stud, total animal. He's been the number 1 first baseman in all of baseball since he got up.
Yeah.
I mean,
And
he is so clearly the runner-up to the Rookie of the Year only because he's been up less time than Jacob Wilson. The Athletics are going to have the number 1 and number 2 finisher for Rookie of the Year.
yeah,
It's not close.
No, Athletics are sitting pretty good offensively. I think for the future, they're going to be great. I'm excited for that organization.
Oh my God! Right, and Kurtz is just everything he hits is loud.
Crazy, but
loud.
Yeah.
Everyone loves the Dick Mountain. I mean,
yeah,
true story.
Who had 41-year-old Justin Turner stealing a base on 45-year-old Rich Hill on their bingo card? It's crazy.
It's crazy. Some of these, how long some of these guys have made. I almost forgot. I mean, I keep forgetting Justin Turner's around.
Right.
And then I flip on a game and I'm like, oh, look at that. And he does something in the game that's meaningful.
Yeah. All this Rich Hill start makes me realize is I got 4 years to make it to the big leagues.
Mm-hmm.
I got 4 years. I can still get there.
Yep.
Absolutely insane.
But, yeah, it's wild. It's wild. And yeah, and the A's will trade them away in 2 years. I mean,
facts.
Yeah. I mean, my hope is that as they head into Vegas, Fisher is going to lock these guys up and build that core so that a good team shows up in Vegas. If he shows up in Vegas with a joke of a team, this move will be a disaster, and Vegas will forever resent them for coming. Like, you have to get off to a good start there, or the people that didn't want you, namely the city of Vegas, will absolutely just never let you forget they didn't want you.
Yeah, so Ken Rosenthal came out today and said that the A's have gotten calls on Severino, Springs, and JP Sears. So there are teams kind of asking on those 3 starters. And honestly, they've been really good away from Sacramento.
The splits are wild.
Yeah. I mean, as we knew it was. We knew that place was going to be a Homer Dome. We didn't know how bad, but I mean, you tune into an A's game in Sacramento, and it is just balls leaving at an alarming rate.
Friggin' 11-9 every night, it feels like.
Yeah, it's crazy. They're making that park look tiny.
And the funny thing is, the park itself really isn't that small. The ball just carries exceptionally well.
Yeah, and it's crazy. So, I mean, we could see those 3 go at some point, and maybe they just build younger. So in 2 or 3 years, they see what they got. Just like you said, they keep building that foundation for Vegas. So,
yeah.
Kaplan doesn't think he's going to change his MO because he's in Vegas.
I think he's already changing his MO. I mean, he signed guys this offseason, added to the payroll. There's rumors that he's trying to extend some of these young guys. I mean, I think that Fisher wants to win ultimately. He just didn't want to win in Oakland because he was so tired of that city. Now, he was 50% of the problem in Oakland. The city was the other 50%, but it was a bad situation all around. So I do think new ballpark, new start, a city where you can actually become relevant again. If he screws this up, it's going to be devastating for that organization and MLB. I honestly don't think MLB can let him screw this up. They need to keep the pressure on him.
Yep, I agree. And which they did this year, which made him spend to get up to the threshold.
He did.
So.
He did. Yeah. And all these young guys coming up, I mean, holy cow.
It's crazy.
It's bananas. Every time you turn around, there's some new guy coming up who's a freak of nature. And poor Denzel Clark got hurt. But he's a guy who nobody had even heard of going into the season.
No.
Who came up, just made insane catch after insane catch after insane catch, and hit a few bombs too.
Yeah. One that still hasn't landed, by the way.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, that ball. They're still serving a meal on it.
It's insane. All right. Gino Suarez joined Sammy Sosa and Mike Schmidt as the only 3 players to hit 7 straight home runs before another teammate hit one. And we talk about this guy, it seems like almost every week, about the season he's having and how hot he gets when he's on a roll. He might be one of the best hitters in baseball when he is in this zone.
Yeah.
And then on the other side, might be one of the worst when he is in a cold streak. Because it's just K after K after K.
Oh, it's brutal. It's brutal. How he just forgets to hit all of a sudden.
But I mean, who's buying his services? I mean, this is just a matter of time. Who's calling the Diamondbacks and begging them for him?
Well, so as of a couple of hours ago, the report from Mark Feinstein of MLB.com is that the Diamondbacks have made Suarez available. There is a very high price tag to get him.
Yeah.
And the Diamondbacks are telling teams we're okay not trading him because we might actually try to re-sign him. So if we trade him, great. If we don't, we don't care. We might just try to re-sign him and keep him anyways. So I feel like the story for Arizona has changed slightly, where maybe they're not so aggressively trying to move him. Maybe they don't really care if they move him. They want a lot back in return. Good for them. But I do still think, especially a team like the Yankees, I think teams are going to try to offer him what they have to.
Yeah. I mean, they're going on a road trip. They're going to Pittsburgh this weekend. I'm actually going to see them. I can't wait. I hope Suarez is still there. But I mean, if they're going on a road trip, this could be the last time, you're right, that he is in Arizona if he gets traded. Now,
yeah,
I don't blame the Diamondbacks for jacking up the price because Suarez said, I want to be an Arizona Diamondback. I don't want to be traded. But he also said he understands it's a business, which I think ultimately all these guys do. They understand that baseball is a business and it's not all lovey-dovey all the time. Like tough decisions have to be made. And I mean, there is a team out there, New York Yankees, that might overpay to bring in a 40 home run guy to give them even a shot at the playoffs this year.
They almost have to have it right now. They need to fill that hole.
Yeah.
So anyways, in the same report, as we talked about before, the D-backs said the only players they're shopping are Suarez, Naylor, Gallen, and Kelly. Those are the only 4 guys they're listening on. Nobody else is available at this time.
It was who? Naylor, Gallen, and Kelly?
Naylor, Gallen, Suarez, and Kelly. The 4 we talked about at the top of the show.
Okay.
Only four they're listening.
Yeah.
They're listening on. Nobody else is available.
Yeah. And Cran, this is also,
yeah.
You could even tell Gino, he's still property of you. Hey, listen, we're going to trade you. Go get your ring, whatever. And then we're coming right back to the table. We know you want to be here. We will put a patch at third base for the next 2 months and you can come back. Third base is yours. I mean, they can say whatever they want to him right now because he's their property. So
100%. They can totally have an agreement with him where come back to us in the offseason. Let's see if we can do this again.
Yeah, and you get somebody to pay that price tag, so you're going to get Gino back and whatever prospect haul you just got for him.
Very easily could.
Yep, absolutely. I don't hate that at all. I love that.
No, you're talking about playing both sides.
Yep, absolutely. but that might be why another team won't do it, right? Because if it's too high of a rental, they're not going to just trade those pieces away for a rental with no shot to sign.
Yeah, but at the same time, I mean, until the contract is signed, everything's a possibility.
Yeah.
And honestly, there may be teams like I look at the Yankees, they've got young infielders coming up. They may not even want to re-sign Suarez.
That's true.
They may just want to let him, they may have plans to bring Lombard up next year and move people around so Suarez may be nothing more than a rental in their eye.
Yep. Good way to see what Jordan Lawler and Blaze Alexander have at third.
Totally agree.
Yep.
Take the opportunity to get some prospects back, put some talent in the farm system, bring some young guys up, see what they got, and then go try to get Suarez back.
Yep. Yeah, I heard Brewers are a possibility. Yep, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, if I'm the Diamondbacks, I'm taking that guy out of the Yankees farm system that's throwing 103.
Yeah, I want Lombard if I can get him, and I want the kid in AA. Yeah, that's throwing 100 plus miles an hour.
Yep. Absolutely.
I want one of them. Give me one of them.
Yep. All right. Bryce Harper, 350th career home run for him the other night against the Red Sox. Absolute moonshot. Him and Schwarber went back to back there. I mean, he's the youngest active player to reach the 350 mark, which is insane. But I mean, it kind of makes sense. He came up at what, 14, it seemed like.
So God, it felt like it.
Yeah, he's
and he and Machado were in the same draft class. I mean, that's how kind of close this all is.
Yeah, so pretty insane. Good for Bryce Harper. Say what you want about him. I love him. I love the dude.
I mean, I remember him being on the cover of SI when he was 16, and he was the next big thing in baseball. I mean, I would say that he hasn't turned into that player, but he's absolutely a perennial all-star, game-changing player.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you're definitely game playing around him.
Yep.
So crazy. Good for Bryce. All right, Justin. He's all right. Speaking of all right, Justin Verlander finally wins his first game of 2025. Thoughts?
Brutal. The guy's gotten 6 runs of run support in his prior 5 outings. He had a game where he went 6 innings, gave up 1 run, and they lost the game 13-zip.
Yeah.
It has been such a disaster for Verlander. Now, granted, he's had half of his starts have been great and half of his starts have been terrible. But 3 of the last 5 starts he's had have been quality starts, or 2 have been quality starts. 1 was just short, and he's lost them all because he gets literally no run support. And I just don't know. I don't know how this guy comes to the ballpark every day and doesn't want to like kill somebody.
Yeah.
I mean, how frustrating.
Our long national pastime nightmare is over. Verlander has won a game. I mean, yeah, brutal. To not get your first win of the season as a starter till after the All-Star break is mind-numbing.
And it's just
for any pitcher.
Well, it's the way that they've lost games for him. It's been unearned runs. It's been not scoring anything. It's been when the guy's gone out there and pitched well, you've just literally not shown up for him. It reminds me of the days of Tim Wakefield, where he'd go out and give you 6 innings, give up 3 runs, and you lose that game 3-1. You're like, where the hell was everybody today? And then tomorrow they go score 8 runs for Casey Fossum, who wins easy.
Or Pedro.
Yeah, or you give Pedro 8 runs, he gives up none, and it didn't matter.
Right.
I mean, Verlander, for the overall Verlander season's been okay. As you know, as expected, he's a 40-something-year-old pitcher. 41, I think now, 40 or 41. He's been good, and they just haven't done anything to help him.
No. Yeah, forgot Verlander was still active. Yeah, signing an off-season deal. Yeah.
There's no reason to know that he is active because he was 0-8 with an ERA of like 4.9.
Yeah.
I mean, not great numbers, but numbers good enough to win a few ball games.
Right. Which is, I think, all the Giants were hoping for, and couldn't even do that. And it's not even his fault.
Yeah, we said in the offseason, like if they can get 7 to 10 wins out of him, holy cow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
And here we are with 1 late July. And honestly, like they owe him 3 wins.
Yeah, absolutely.
If they missed the playoffs, they should look at what they did in games he pitched.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess that trade didn't help as much as they hoped. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
I mean, and it, not necessarily all his fault. But yeah, I mean, the Giants, I think this is kind of a great example of the Giants season. They have just been so wildly inconsistent.
Yeah.
And this is just one example of that.
Yeah. Chad said this time to retire. The Giants aren't going anywhere and no one's going to trade for him.
Dude, this guy, Verlander's going to be looking for a contract to pitch next season too. Like this dude isn't going to leave till nobody makes him an offer.
Yeah.
This is the kind of guy who's going to pitch until he just physically can't anymore or nobody wants him.
Yeah. I mean, he's gotten so gray. It's crazy. I mean, I have no room to talk, but like it's crazy to actually follow baseball as closely as I have to see a career all the way through like this.
He's our age, man.
Yeah, I know. But I mean, I think Verlander is probably the first guy I would say that I've like really, really followed beginning to end.
Fair. A guy that because with him being our age, we've kind of tracked him all the way through because we were always watching.
Yeah. So pretty remarkable.
And it is like, I remember the 21-5 seasons. Like I remember all the great years he had, the crazy stuff he did in Detroit. It's a shame to see him finishing his career where he's still decent, but he just can't get any help.
Yeah.
It's frustrating.
He's going to close to extend his career. I mean,
dude, he might pitch out of the bullpen for all we know. I mean, I wouldn't put anything past Verlander.
Yep. Braves could use him this year.
Braves have lost 80% of their starting rotation. They could use anybody.
Does hanging on too long affect him being a first ballot Hall of Famer? I say no, but the Hall voters do strange things.
I don't think hanging on too long affects him. I think his with over 3,000 Ks, over 200 wins, the Cy Youngs. I mean, his Hall of Fame candidacy was probably cashed 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Anything he does now is just gravy on top of it. If anything, it just delays his chance to get elected because he just keeps going, and the clock hasn't started.
Yeah. Jeremy Bonderman, man, what a name!
Yep. Oh my God, I do. I remember Bonderman.
Yeah.
Jeremy Bonderman, yeah.
For all of Verlander's struggles lately, Kershaw is the one who recently said, "I don't have much to say. I'm going to get myself in trouble, so let's just call it."
Interesting comment.
Yeah. So is that that must be for the Hall? Like, I mean, if you you try to extend your career and you jack your ERA through the roof, I mean,
well,
do they look at that?
I mean, I don't think one season or 2 seasons can like completely alter your career numbers, but going 1-8 in your final season like Verlander currently is doesn't really help your overall record.
Yeah.
So I think if you're a guy who's on the fence and you drag it out too long and actually hurt your overall standings or stats, that may be in that case. But for a guy like Verlander, he could have retired 3 or 4 years ago and he was going to the Hall.
Yeah.
Anything he does now is gravy.
Yep. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one, Cap. And like, what was the question that got that response out of Kershaw?
Yeah,
because
I'm guessing it had some
response.
Well, I'm guessing it had something to do with why do you keep coming back, or why do you keep re-signing, or why do like it had to have been something like that. That's the only question to me that seems to make sense.
Yeah, it's all I can make sense of.
Yeah, but
Kershaw is a guy who probably has overstayed more so because of health. Yeah. But he had milestones he wanted to hit, and it worked.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, Carlton got in after a few ineffective seasons at the end, so that's true.
Yeah.
I mean, and listen, Andrew Jones should be in. I still think it's an absolute travesty that this guy's out. 400 career homers, 10 Gold Gloves. Say no more.
There's only 3 guys in history to do that: him, Mays, and Griffey.
That's it. I don't understand it. I don't.
It's a joke to me that Andrew Jones isn't in, Beltran isn't in, Vizquel isn't in, and then the steroid guys are a whole other debate for a whole other day.
Yeah. I think Kershaw was crabby at his teammates on that particular day, but really he has little to complain about as far as support. Is all I'm getting at.
Gotcha. Yeah. No, that totally makes sense. Kershaw's had, Kershaw's only been with them for 2 losing seasons in his whole career.
That sounds about right.
I mean, they've always been good. They've always been good when he was there. They weren't necessarily winning the division or making a deep playoff run, but they were always in it.
Yeah. But do you think Devers could be a reverse 30-30 player? Tune into Jeopardy next Wednesday. Back to the reverse 30-30 player. I mean, at first base, I hope not. That's a lot of outs to give up as a first baseman if you're booting 30 balls.
That's rough. Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure at third base he was a reverse 30-30 player. I think he had a 30 error season, didn't he? Or was 25 as high?
He could have been really close. I can check it real quick.
I feel like he had a season of like 32 errors or something. Maybe he's only like 25. Either way, it was bad.
Yeah, let's see here.
It was always brutal to watch. The ball hit him and I just closed my eyes hoping it.
He never got to 30 errors. We had 14 and 17. We had 24 and 18, 22 and 19, 14 and 2020. So he was on pace for it.
He would have been there.
Yeah. 22 and 21, 14 and 22, 19 and 23, and 12 and 24. So.
All right. So he's in the 20s a few times.
Well, good news. No errors yet.
That is true. It's hard to make errors at DH.
Well, he's at first now, Harrison.
He's been for a game, right?
Uh-huh. Yep.
I wonder if Will Clark showed him how it's done.
Oh, here we go. Little debate. Jones was the second best center fielder of that time period.
Oh, you're counting Griffey in that time period?
I mean,
there was some overlap, but it's not a 1-to-1. That's a tough one.
Yeah. I mean, I could put Jim Edmonds up there.
Well, and honestly, I would almost take Andrew Jones over Griffey defensively.
Oh, yeah, he made everything look silly, easy.
I think that Jones gets underrated because he made everything look easy.
Yep.
Where Griffey had a way to make everything flashy.
Yep. Yeah, Crane's with you.
Andrew Jones was camped under balls that Griffey was still running for. I mean, I think that's the difference.
Yep. All right, so back to Devers real quick. He said he's more into the game when he's on the field and not just swinging in the cages.
Weird.
Is there any truth to that though?
This dude's so full of crap. He doesn't know whether he's coming or going right now.
Okay. But what do you as a baseball player yourself, Harrison? Would you have rather played the field
yes
and been like in the game than just DHing?
I would DH. So the day after I pitched, if we were in tournaments, I would DH. I hated it. It was awful because you don't feel like you're in the flow of the game. The inning ends and you're just like sitting there twiddling your thumbs. And it's like, well, what the hell do I do? Like, what do I do with myself between innings? And granted, like we were at like community fields and high school fields. Like I couldn't go down the tunnel to the cage
right.
or to the, to go back to the clubhouse and have a beer like these guys do. I just had to sit there and watch and like not being in the game. So like I was always the guys like, oh, I'll warm up the outfielder, and I'd run down and grab a ball and just to do something. But man, I hated it. And thankfully I didn't do it very much, but I would 100% rather be in the field somewhere than DH. I could not get into the flow.
Yeah. I mean, I was the same way. But I mean, I kind of had to be because my high school team was horrendous. Like I got like first state all utility because I had to play every position because my teammates were taking fly balls off the face. Like, I mean, it was bad.
That's tough.
I was 0-9 my senior year with a sub-2 ERA.
Ooh.
Yeah, I was the Paul Scanes because none of my guys could field. It was brutal.
Yeah, that's rough.
So yeah, absolutely crazy. So yeah, I would rather be in the field too than just kind of going up, because if I'm having an 0 for 4 day, it's hard to not make it up. And on defense, you can. You're 0 for 4 you're wearing the golden sombrero, but you make a game-saving play down the line to keep your team in it.
Yep.
You're contributing to the game. If you're just showing up and going 0 for 4 with 4 Ks and sitting back on the bench, not doing much for your team there.
You're not. And the hard part is like you can't really get in the flow of the game. You can't make up a bad at bat. It's not like you can redeem yourself making a great play. Like you're just gonna sit there and stew on the last at bat.
Yep.
It was not for me. And I know guys make it work. And John, this is absolutely the case for a lot of DHs.
Yep.
Shohei Ohtani, terrible defender. David Ortiz, terrible defender. Edgar Martinez, terrible defender. But the guys can hit. And so you play to their strength. The DH spot is a position that used to get used for the guys who couldn't field or the guys who you're trying to extend their careers because they were older. It's now becoming a slightly more dynamic position, but it used to be where you hit the guys who couldn't play the field or the guys that were old and still had power.
Yep. Yeah. Oh yeah, I totally got scanned, Captain. Bad. Real bad.
Yeah.
Chad says Devers is a full-on diva. I'm pretty sure he has a magic 8-ball that tells him what to say to garner attention.
Yeah, I feel like he's one of those guys who like has a publicist who's like, hey, make sure you say this like that. So you get maximum attention, which is funny because like the guy's already got his contract signed. Like he's got nothing to worry about, but he just loves to draw attention back to himself.
Absolutely crazy.
A good example, Cap. Detroit is using it effectively this year. They've rotated guys through who need days off. They've used the DH spot very effectively for guys that were nursing injuries, needed a day off, but wanted to keep hitting. Like it absolutely is becoming a more kind of a more dynamic, more strategic position than it was in the old days, where it was just like, hey, you're a good hitter, but you suck in the field, you're going to DH. Yeah.
Mike, this is also a great point. Devers isn't as social enough like Poppy was, so probably doesn't like DHing as much as the Sox wanted him to.
Well, yeah, because Poppy would just go find somebody to talk to. I mean, that dude. And then when you were back in the clubhouse, when you're back in the dugout with him, the dude was nonstop, chatting people up. So
yeah,
we've seen it many times. Devers just sitting on the bench at the end by himself.
Yeah,
it's like, okay, cool.
Just lost.
And this would be a good stat to see, John. What are the numbers DHing versus playing the field? Like if you looked at some of these guys who did both, is there an impact? I do think for some of these guys when they're DHing and they can go watch video and watch tape on their swing, go down to the batting cage, hit a few balls off the tee. Like there's some benefits to being able to kind of work on the finer things between at bats. But there's only so much you can accomplish in 12 swings in the cage while you're burning off an inning.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. All right. Sandy Alcantara getting hot at the right time to be traded. So I've heard Yankees, Dodgers, obviously Dodgers are in on everyone. Yankees are in on everyone. Have you heard anyone else kind of rumbling in these talks here?
I heard one today that I kind of went, all right. I heard the Padres. The Padres, if they can move Cease, will get into the Alcantara contest. The Padres want to move Dylan Cease. They do not want to keep him in San Diego. And I don't know why. They suddenly feel this urge to get rid of him, which makes me wonder why.
Yeah, I don't know if I want him as a Red Sox fan. As bad as we need starting pitching, I'm not sure. Like, to you, like, it's a little fishy. You're in the middle of a race here. Why would you want to get rid of Dylan Cease?
I mean, granted, Cease has not been good this year. Not all his fault. He's gotten not a lot of run support, but he's also been just not very good. And his contract is up. Yeah, he's a rental. His contract's up. So I believe the Padres are taking the situation of let's go get something for him because we're not going to re-sign him. Like he's not been good here. Let's go get Alcantara, who'd control for a little while and basically swap the two.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense if he's a rental, right? If his contract is up, then it makes sense for the Padres to kind of move him.
Yeah. However, Cease hasn't been great in San Diego. At times he's looked good. You know, last year 14-11 with a 3.47 ERA. He had kind of a bumpy end of the season, but he had a good season. This year he's 3-10 with a 4.59 ERA, and he can't keep the ball in the yard.
The NL West is a lot different than the AL Central.
It totally is. But he's not been stellar. No. And I think they look at it as he's 29, coming up on 30. He's a free agent. We're not going to want to pay him what he wants. Mm-hmm. So better to move on from him. And then if we can go secure a young guy who we can control for a little while, that would make a lot of sense.
Yeah. Padres want set money.
Yes. Yes, yep, absolutely. I mean, don't forget the Padres 2 years ago had to take out a $50 million loan to stay in business. Right. This is not a team that's got a lot of money. They traded Juan Soto because they had to slash payroll just to stay afloat.
Yeah.
This is not a team with a lot of money to spend.
Yeah.
They're also in a very small market.
Is this a situation where he's giving more effort now when there's value at stake? I mean, possibly. I think the Marlins just in general have played above expectations this year. They really have.
And I do think part of it is Alcantara got off to a horrendous start.
Yes.
And I think a lot of that was just returning and getting his bearings back. And I think he's finally had enough starts under his belt. He's now comfortable that he's healthy, comfortable that he can let it rip. He's finally got his command back. And that stuff is good. Yeah. It is really good.
It will play.
And honestly, like for Dylan Cease has gotten worse as it's gone. I think that the Padres have just seen enough.
I mean, that's fair, but is Alcantara much of an upgrade there?
I think he's an upgrade in the sense that he's young, under control, and cheap. And I think Dylan Cease has been okay, but not great. And you're not going to keep him. Like Dylan Cease is a guy who wants to go out in the market and make 25 or 30 million bucks a year next year. The Padres can't pay him that. Yeah. So he's not coming back. You're just going to have to cut him loose. Yep. So go get something for him.
Yeah, fair.
And if you can slide Alcantara in there to take his spot, who's younger and cheaper, that's kind of a 1-for-1 trade in my eyes. And the Padres are in the same spot they were in, but better budgetary spot.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair.
Because they do have some young guys coming up here that are going to need to get paid at some point.
Yeah. All right. John Carter sent me this message today, and I was like, you know what? I really don't know the answer to this. So I did a little bit of reading. Thank you for that. Do umpires get to see their report cards? And I was like, yeah, this is a great question. Let me definitely look into this. So they do. So the umpires have they have to report. There's 6 umpire supervisors that are supposed to break down their game, give them pointers. Whether or not they take the pointers, I know.
I don't think CB Buckner's ever taken a piece of advice in his career.
No. But the supervisors tell them how they can change, how they can tighten it up, how they can make their zone better, all of this stuff. And then there are also auditors that are part of the union that help them get better. So,
John Carter, I would love this if their supervisor's like, CB, this was so friggin' bad. You owe the fans an apology. Get on the podium and issue an apology because this was terrible. I would love to see that day.
I'm still in the camp that they should have to have a press conference after the game.
I would love that. They can get grilled like the players do.
The good, bad, or ugly. You know, like the good, the bad, and the ugly. I mean, granted, every press conference is going to be not about the 1,286 correct calls they make. It's going to be about the one bad one that they make. You know, oh, hey, 4th inning, you had a 1-1 count to Bryce Harper. You called a pitch that was 1.5 inches off the plate, a ball. I mean, you called it a strike. What do you have to say about that? You know, like those are the questions they're going to get. So, like, I don't really know how beneficial that would be. I would more like to see like the rule and interpretations of it, right? Steak advice, yeah. LOL. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd love to be like, you know, tell us about this situation. Like, tell us how this play went down.
Right.
Like, remember like the runner interference calls we had last year on like the pop flies. All of a sudden, we had like 2 of them in a week.
Oh yeah, yeah. We're like, we'll never see this again. And
yeah, they were like a total hot mess, and it would have been great to be like, you know, take us through that play and like how you interpreted the rule. Right. You know, we don't want it to be like, you know, tell us how today went. Well, you know, we got some right, we got some wrong. Blah blah blah. Thought we did a good job. Right. You know, they'd sound like NASCAR racers. You know, we don't want that. Good. Yeah, you know, the Motorola Valvoline, you know, Chevy was great today, but I would love to hear like, you know, explain that situation.
Yeah.
Why'd you throw him out in that situation? Like he wasn't really, you know, why'd you go back to the dugout to keep the fight going? Right. I'd love to be able to ask those questions. Yes. Because that's where I think as fans, do balls and strikes get missed? Yeah, it's part of the game. Like, right. And honestly, most of the misses, these are balls that are like a friggin', you know, cat's whisker off the plate.
Yeah.
I don't feel bad for a guy that gets called out on a pitch like that. Protect the plate. We were taught that as kids. You know, when you miss by 6 inches, another story.
Yeah. Jim Joyce did, right? Jim Joyce, was handled very professionally. I respect Jim Joyce. He knew what he cost the kid. He knew what he cost Galarraga. And he was, I mean, man, it was hard to watch that press conference, but I respect the hell out of him for doing that.
Well,
for
I think
owning it and just wearing it on the chin.
And that was a different era of umpire. You know, those guys, you know, and love him or hate him, Joe West. You know, Joe West would admit, hey, I screwed up. Like he'd say it. He'd tell the guys on the field, I screwed up. Jim Joyce, another guy, incredible integrity. That was a different generation of umpire. These guys now, the Laz Diaz, the Angel Hernandez, you know, who's gone now, CB Buckner, like these guys think they're the show.
We did have an umpire, I think last night, in between, like Boone was chirping at him, and he did miss a call. He called like a strike that was pretty high. Yep. And in between innings, he got Boone's attention and he said, hey, like my bad. Like I know I missed it. Like I have way more respect for that because these guys are human. They're going to miss it. Too much velocity, too much spin, too much break. It's crazy. Like I wouldn't want to do it. I get it.
Yeah. Well, and John, I was just going to bring this point up with the Angels. Was it last night? I mean, I forget who was batting, left-handed guy, got runners on base late in the game, 2 outs, and he gets rung up on 3 pitches that are 5 inches off the plate. And the Angels dugout is losing it. And guys just kept getting thrown out. It was so atrocious to watch. It was so bad.
Yeah.
So bad.
Yep. If a player is ejected, we should hear the ump's
Yes.
reasoning. I mean,
They
sometimes we don't have to because there's hot mics.
Yeah. Sometimes the hot mic says everything you need to know. Oh, it's Renhefo. That's right. Okay.
Yeah.
But that was atrocious.
And John, this is a 77% called strike accuracy report card from last Diaz. Yeah.
Awful. I mean, and look at the misses. I mean, it's just so bad.
Mm-hmm.
Now, granted, like the little ones on the edge, again, like as a fan and somebody who played the game and was taught to protect the plate, like I have no sympathy for guys that get rung up on a ball that is a hair off the plate. Too bad. Protect the plate. If it's that close and you're leaving your fate in the hands of the umpire, you get what you get.
Yep.
But when it's 5 inches off the plate and you can't hit it, yeah, I feel bad for you, man. That's not right.
Yeah, it's brutal.
And I do think the umpire should have to file a report after the game with why they ejected the player or coach, and those should be part of the report card. Like, tell us why you threw the guy out.
Yeah. West missed calls, but was an ump not trying to take the spotlight.
Yeah, and Joe West was a no bullshit guy. Like, you came out and if you came out aggressively at him, he'd be aggressive right back. You came out calm, he was very calm.
Yep.
And as big a pain in the ass as Joe West could be, he also, a lot of players loved him because he was a funny guy. And once you got to know him, you loved him. But he was not a guy, no matter what happened, he never tried to take the spotlight. He was there to do a job and facilitate the game being played. And he knew that he was not the show.
Yeah.
And these guys today think they are the show. And honestly, nobody cares that you're out there, Mr. Umpire. Right. Nobody bought a ticket to watch you.
No. If I'm on the players union, I would give up so many concessions in the next CBA to have a revamp of the umpire accountability.
I hope that some point in time that Max Scherzer is like the players union president, because I love his plan for umpires. Rank and yank. Top 20% get relegated to the minor leagues. The best of the minor leagues get called up every month or two. You remix the deck, but it should be performance based, just like it is in baseball. If you're good, you stay. If you're not, you go down. And you don't like it, quit.
Yeah. Hold on. I'm trying to. Sorry, guys, in the chat on YouTube. I'm trying.
What am I missing?
So I banned him from our restream chat, but I'm not from YouTube, and I probably should have.
Oh.
Can you? Yeah, there's somebody in there. That's
gonna have to.
Anyways, all right. We'll keep moving on while Harrison's doing that because he can jump in here. But these are my takes on this. Harrison had nothing to do with this graphic. I kind of ran it by him real quick, but this is all my thoughts at the current moment. So I've got buyers, I've got a no clue, and I've got this who I think are sellers or could be sellers. So we got the buyers, the Tigers, the Phillies, Yankees, Dodgers, Padres, Royals, Blue Jays, Cubs, Astros, Mets, Mariners, and Rays, all looking to be better there. You got to turn that down just a little bit, if you can.
Oh, sorry.
It's all good. And then I have teams in the middle where I have no clue where they're going. So you guys can help me out. And if there's a team that you think isn't selling, definitely let me know as well. But we already saw Arizona make their first move. What's the next move, do you think, here, Harrison? Instead of we obviously talked about the Diamondbacks kind of moving everybody. We talked about Alcantara possibly going.
Yeah, I mean, we've talked about Cease, Alcantara. I do think the Orioles are going to try to get aggressive and move Eflin. Maybe O'Hearn. I think you're going to see that. The Braves are still on the fence about what they're going to do, but I think if they're going to make moves, they're going to make them soon. And I believe they're in talks with several teams. I do think the one team right now that's pushing really hard to get something done is the Yankees.
Yeah.
That they need to do something.
Okay. Midwest thinks the Reds are buyers. Okay. I mean, this middle section, I really don't have any clue. I mean, the Giants, no clue. The Nationals I put there because, I mean, they have a young core. I don't think they're going to move anybody. I mean, maybe a pitcher or bullpen guy. I don't really know. The A's we talked about, the starting pitching could go. Angels, no clue. Are they just going to stand pat? That's what I think there. Maybe.
I think they realize that they just don't have enough to get over the hump. But I think they're very happy to just kind of play it out, see how things go, and then regroup in the offseason.
Yep. There has been kind of a name floated around with the Pirates, Mitch Keller.
Yep.
But it's the freaking Pirates, so no clue. Cardinals, same boat. And let's get to our yes, thank you, Chad. I was just gonna get to these guys. The Red Sox have no clue what they are either. We have a really tough schedule. Winning weird games, losing weird games. What are the Red Sox right now? Are they just going to stand pat? Maybe look for a rental starter? Like I don't know.
I mean, according to Brazil the other day, they're looking for arms of all sorts. They're not looking around really at any hitters right now. They are looking solely at pitching, and they are calling around to figure out who's available. I don't know what that means in terms of moves they might actually make, but it's all pitching focused right now.
Yeah, and as it should be, for sure. Mike, I agree with you. Pirates should be sellers, but it's the Pittsburgh Pirates, so I really have no clue what they're going to do. I mean, their track record is they bring up young starters, and then 2 or 3 years they trade them away. I mean, that list of starters that they have produced in their system is nauseating.
It is
how good they are. So, I mean, you got Glasnow, Cole, Baz. I'm missing a whole bunch here. I know I am.
It's because there's a million of them.
It's just like, I mean, crazy the amount of talent that is. Jamison Tyon came up through there.
There's an all-star team around MLB that started in Pittsburgh.
Yep. National League Oakland A's is what they are, but for pitching.
Yep.
So yeah, goodness gracious, we are getting spam like crazy. Yeah, so the Brewers, I put them in the no clue column because the talks of Peralta still are kind of hanging out there. So like, I know they have the best record in the league right now, right? The Milwaukee Brewers
for the moment
on July 24th have the best record in the majors. So I can't really put them as sellers, and I can't really put them at buyers because I haven't heard them really going after anybody. Now, Captain earlier in the show said that he heard Suarez could be a name in there. That would help that lineup tremendously.
Yeah, I think the issue is the Brewers really don't have the payroll to make a move. They can't take on a bigger contract. And I think they're comfortable with what they have. I mean, you look at where they're sitting and it's like, well, I mean, granted, they've gotten hot at a good time. They have put themselves in position. They do have a tough schedule ahead of them, but it's what they're doing is working. So it's kind of one of those situations. Yeah, like John says, if it isn't broke, don't fix it.
Yep.
It's working, and it's a young core. Like, you don't want to mess with a young core of players. You kind of want to just let them run with it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't think you'll see the Brewers do much. I think the Reds would like to do something. I don't know what. Again, that's a team that doesn't have a lot of payroll flexibility to absorb, a good sized contract. Doesn't mean they won't do something and wing it. I think the Cardinals are going to try to move Arenado. They've had a bit of a bumpy ride lately and have fallen back a little bit. I mean, they're now 3.5 games out of the wild card. Going into the All-Star break, they were in the wild card race. Now they're slowly falling back. Cincinnati leapfrogged them. It's tough. There's a lot of these teams that are kind of stuck in the middle right now.
So Marty's hairline thinks Giants are buyers. Do you agree there? Maybe.
Sure. I mean, they need something. I don't know what's going on with them. They've been absolute trash for basically 6 weeks. This is a team that was, giving the Dodgers a run for their money, and they've now fallen out of the wild card. They're 6 games behind the Dodgers, although the Dodgers have also not been good lately.
They have not.
I mean, they're still falling back, even though the Dodgers have not been good. I think the Giants, in my opinion, the Giants are falling back to where we thought they'd be. This is who they are. Will they be buyers? If they think they're serious contenders, then yeah, I think they'll go try to find some pieces. But the problem is is what do they need? One night, pitching's amazing, offense sucks. Next night, offense is amazing, the pitching sucks. The next night, both are great and the bullpen blows it. I just I don't know what you get the Giants. It's not like they're a piece away. They have got these little cracks in all these different spots. I mean, look at Devers. Devers has been a disaster since he got there. He hasn't done jack for you. And that was a big move. And we said going into it, like, that ballpark's not a good fit for him. And it's proving to not be a good fit for him. It's just, I don't know what the Giants go get.
Yeah, I don't know either. I'm lost on them. I really am.
They're such an inconsistent team. I don't know what you do.
Yeah. I'm with you.
Logan Webb pitched his ass off one of his last starts and got no run support.
That's Logan Webb for you. The guy goes 7-8 innings and loses ball games.
And then the next night they scored like 9 against, I forget who they were playing. Might have even been St. Louis. And they scored 9 and they gave up like 8 and barely eked it out. I don't know. I don't know that there's one move the Giants can make that makes a difference.
Reds have a great MLB or great minor league pitching they could offer. Question: any legit MLB outfielders on Red Sox that could be traded to the Reds for Nick Martinez?
I mean, maybe Will Abreu at best, but I don't think Nick Martinez has a ton of value.
That's what I say. You would have to send somebody else with Martinez if you want to break.
Yeah, I mean, I watched Martinez's near no hitter, and he looked great in that game. But that's not who he is consistently. I mean, his last 5 starts, he went 8, gave up 1. I think that was the near no hitter. 6 2/3, gave up 4. 5, gave up 10. 5, gave up 2. 5, gave up 2. So he's actually pitched relatively well of late, minus the 10 earned run blowout. But I think actually the 10 run, that was against Miami. Ouch. But overall, he's 8-9 with a 4.73 ERA pitching in the NL Central. I don't know how well he translates to the American League East.
Yeah. So John says in this, you don't understand the Mariners trade for Naylor. They got top pitching prospects, 2 of the top pitching prospects. So the Diamondbacks just pantsed the Mariners again.
Yep.
Possibly.
Well, and we've said it all along. This Mariners front office is kind of a mess. We've seen it time and again where they just, they took the offseason off. Now they're scrambling to make deals. They're overpaying because they need something. It's constantly the thing they do.
Yep. Yeah, Mike, I agree. I would go Hunter Green. I would go Andrew Abbott. I think Andrew Abbott's got some stuff that could play for sure.
I don't think anybody's going to touch Hunter Green.
I think he's kind of untouchable in that Reds rotation.
Well, no, but he's made 11 starts. Like, again, he's going to miss half the season.
Yeah, that's true.
I shouldn't say again, like he hasn't missed half the season before, but he consistently misses, a third to anywhere between 25 and 40% of the season. He's a hard guy to make a move for, because as good as he is, like, you can't count on him. Yeah. Last year was his high watermark. He threw 150 innings. He's only thrown 59 2/3, and we're in late July. Now, he's not even due back until, or did he get back? Did he come back? No, he's not back. He's not even due back till August.
Dang.
So I mean, he hasn't pitched since early June.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy's got freakishly good stuff. You can't rely on him to pitch more than 3/4 of the season at best.
Yeah.
Which maybe that's okay these days. I don't know.
Jacob deGrom light.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, another guy who he can't hold up.
Yeah. All right. Anything else kind of trade deadline related that you kind of want to touch on here? Do the Braves part with anybody?
I don't know. The Braves are kind of in a weird spot. I think they need to. I just don't know who. I don't think it's realistic that you're going to trade Acuna. You're going to have a hard time trading Murphy without somebody going with him. I don't think you really want to trade Albies. I could see Michael Harris being available. He's been kind of a disappointment since you signed him, but he doesn't bring you back a big return. So I don't know what they do. Anthopoulos has a really good roster already built. having a really bad season riddled with injuries and underperformance. There's rumors that Ozuna is they're calling on Ozuna, but Ozuna can barely swing his bat because he can't turn his hip. Like who's trading for that? I don't know. And I do think, to wrap this all up, the Kansas City Royals are on the verge of just becoming completely irrelevant in this year's playoff run with one of the best 2 pitching staffs in all of baseball. They just can't hit. They can't hit. They can't. I've never seen a team hit more balls hard right at people. It is so frustrating to watch. Or come up with the bases loaded, 1 out, and K inning over. It is so frustrating to watch. They need to go find somebody who can friggin' hit, or they need to just call it a day and let the season get away from them.
So do you think that's what they ultimately do? Do you think they actually buy? Do you think they check in at the trade market here or no?
I think they absolutely check in on the trade market. I think the asking price they're going to find for the players they really want is going to probably be too high, and they probably end up doing nothing, or they make kind of one of those small fringe moves where you kind of go, all right, like it's something.
Right.
But I don't see KC making a meaningful move, and I think they just fade away as the season continues. And I think Toronto's a team that's going to be more aggressive than we expect because they've got a shot here.
They've smoking hot right now.
They're pitching, they're hitting, they're running, like they're doing everything right now. They need to keep that momentum going.
What are they? I think 16 of their last 20. I think I've seen. I think that's the stat I saw today.
I saw
something like that. Man, they are hot. Yeah.
Yeah. 16 of their last 20. They've won 7 of their last 10. They beat up on the Yankees over the weekend or earlier this week.
Yeah.
And they absolutely pounded on the Tigers tonight.
Yeah. And
although the Tigers have had a rough go of it since the Tigers are 1-9 in their last 10. They've lost 4 in a row. A little return to reality for them. But even in all that, the Guardians, Royals, and Twins have picked up 2 games. Well, the Tigers have gone 1-9.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah. Ryan McMahon to Toronto. That wouldn't be a bad one.
That wouldn't be a bad one. I mean, I think Ryan McMahon's I think he's a plan B for a lot of teams who are calling on Suarez. I think he's a smart plan B for those guys that don't get him.
Absolutely. All right. Salt Lake City emerging to be the front runner in expansion. They already got the NBA. They already got the NHL with the Utah Yetis. Is baseball going to Salt Lake City, Harrison?
It sounds like in general, the feeling is that they have the strongest overall offer to be the next kind of expansion market. And this has all come out over the last couple of days. They've got more ballpark renderings. They're doing more of their due diligence. They're continuing to press the league. And apparently, MLB officials are feeling like Salt Lake City and Nashville right now are the 2 strongest markets for expansion. They're the most ready. They're the most able to handle it. We will see. But they are certainly climbing up the rankings, at least internally with baseball, and proving that they can handle it. Now, I will say, like you mentioned, they've already got teams in place. They've got their whole downtown power district being redeveloped. They have a spot already picked out for a ballpark. So, like, when it comes to like what has to get done, they just need the owner to step forward, which they've got people they're talking to who would take the lead for the ownership group. And then they just got to go get a ballpark approved. But otherwise, they're ready to go. They've got financing in place. They have all this stuff ready to go.
Captain, I'm sorry, buddy.
I know it's probably crushing.
Yeah. I mean, it's crushing for me too, because Raleigh's been pushing too. And possibly to lose it to Nashville would be kind of heartbreaking as well. But
yeah, you can get blacked out of another team.
I'm like, Jesus Christ.
The Salt Lake City Soakers.
If you know, you know.
The Salt Lake Super Soakers? No?
Yeah. Well, anyways. Yeah.
I hate it here.
Yeah. And I would be with you too, Captain. That your feelings would be me if they end up going to Nashville for sure.
Well, and to Mike's point, Nashville, there's a ton of positives to Nashville. And if we all think back to when this whole process started, Nashville was always the number 1 market. They had Don Mattingly in their corner. They started this process 2.5 years ago. They were way ahead of the game. And then they kind of fell into the background. And I think in our eyes, they fell into the background, but Nashville had already laid the groundwork with the league and put the pieces together to be able to make a compelling case. So I feel like as much as we've seen all the attempts from, Portland, Oregon they're trying to get ready, and Orlando, and Raleigh trying to jump in there, and Montreal coming up in conversations. It seems like Nashville and Salt Lake have kind of just always been standing there going, we're ready, guys. Like, we're not going to make a bunch of noise, but we're ready for you when it's time.
Yeah.
The Utah meth moms.
Brutal.
Yeah. And Captain, you're right. I mean, Portland, Oregon has been pushing now. They tried to get the Nationals to reload when the Expos left. They tried to get them to come to Portland, Oregon. They ended up in DC. They've swung and missed 2 or 3 times to capture teams, and they keep trying, and God love them. They keep trying. They continue to put a package together. They continue to be an option, and they just keep missing. And I don't know why, because that market is not less attractive than either of these other two.
No, but I think this is Salt Lake City right now is easily, for me anyways, the easiest place for an MLB team to go. You already have 2 professional sports franchises in there. You know that there's already a fan base there. They have the infrastructure. I think it's just an easy, like, plop and play type expansion. Everywhere else you got to kind of build up quite a bit.
You do. I think the only thing that you can hold against Salt Lake is the size. They are one of the smaller markets that's even in the conversation.
Yeah.
And I think, MLB has to be careful, because obviously, all the huge markets are taken. You're not going to go find another New York or Los Angeles in the mix. You're already in all those markets. The big ones you're already in. But you've got that kind of second tier market where, you've got to make sure you've captured those markets, because as we've seen in like San Diego, they've struggled to support a ball club. And San Diego is an incredibly affluent, active marketplace, but it's small.
Right.
It's small because you got all the overlap with the other California teams. So it's challenging because you want to set these teams up for success.
And honestly, like, I know I'm being a real homer here, but that's exactly why Raleigh would be an ideal spot, because you have nobody within 6 hours in any direction. And the fans here are avid about their sports. They would absolutely sell out that ballpark every night. And this population down here, every road I turn down, they're putting up apartment complexes and building new houses. Like, this area is exploding. I mean, I don't even know why they haven't really explored it. I mean, yes, their name's been thrown around, but I would say Raleigh is one of the markets that, I mean, there is more and more people coming here every single day. It's crazy.
Yeah. So when you look at the metro markets, they Raleigh, Durham, Cary is the metro market. It's at 1.56 million people, and it grew 10% over the last several years. Salt Lake City, they include Salt Lake, Provo, and Orem. So you cover a pretty big chunk of Utah. 1.3 million, growing at 3.5%. 1.3 million that's a small market. I mean, hell, Providence, Rhode Island is bigger than both of those markets. It is challenging. Nashville is at 2.1 million, growing at 7%. That's a no-brainer. It's as big as Cleveland. Like, that makes sense.
Right.
But you've got other markets, Sacramento, 2.5 million. Portland, Oregon, 2.5 million. These are bigger markets that would be much, much easier to operate a team profitably in.
Yeah.
That you're not going to. Orlando, 3 million people. I mean, Tampa, St. Pete, 3.5 million people. And they can't support a baseball team to save their lives.
I mean, that's fair too.
So it's challenging. It's challenging. I think there are better options than Salt Lake City in terms of market size and opportunity, but Salt Lake is so geared to sports, and they're so much farther ahead than most that it's kind of hard to argue that they don't. They have to at least be considered towards the top of the list. Maybe they don't get it, but they are ready.
Yeah.
And I think realistically, from what we've seen, the only cities truly ready are Portland, Oregon, Salt Lake City, Nashville, and Orlando. Everybody else has been like, we're interested, but nobody's done anything to actually like cement that except for those 4.
That's fair. Yeah.
No,
All right.
and Captain, you got a good argument. Portland is a great market. It's big, everything's shiny and new. It's I think Portland, Oregon would be a great market for baseball.
Yeah. Gonna run into weather issues too. They might be looking to dome that one as well. But
yeah, I would be surprised if you see. I think you're going to see a lot more dome stadiums when you do have this next wave of new stadiums get built.
Yeah, absolutely. All right.
Not really. Provo is nice. Cabot's taking it back. They don't suck.
Yeah. All right, here we go. MLB trivia, Harrison.
Oh boy.
All right. Here we go. Which 2 players are tied for the highest total of home runs in their first 3 MLB seasons with 114?
Ooh, that's a lot in 3 years.
Yep.
I feel like we talked about this before. Isn't Pete Alonso one of them?
He is not. He's just shy. He's at like 106, 107.
Okay.
Because he had a 52 and then followed it up with like a 36 and then
that's right.
Like
He kind of fell off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So who else had a lot of home runs early in their career? I mean, McGuire and Canseco both had a ton early on.
Not them.
You had A-Rod hit more later because he was still a skinny kid. He wasn't all pumped up.
Mm-hmm.
Griffey didn't hit a lot super early. Pujols?
Pujols is one. He's the one on the left.
Wow, I wouldn't have necessarily guessed him.
Not Harper. Harper's
That's a good guess. Say
this guy,
Soto's not a big home run guy.
You have to dial the clock back a little bit here in the NL.
Musial?
Nope. Right division. Wrong team. Not Jimmy Fox.
Oh,
That's
Fox is a good guess.
Yeah, it's not Fox.
Say it looks like is it a right-handed swing I'm seeing? So it's not like Ted Williams.
It is a right-handed swing.
It's not Ted or Willie.
No. Pittsburgh Pirates.
Oh.
Yeah, Chad Pujols is one for sure.
Not Clemente, not Stargell. It's not Wayner. Who's the other guy? Kiner.
It is Ralph Kiner. Yes, it is Pujols and Ralph Kiner.
I would not have guessed Ralph Kiner without those hints.
Yep. Yeah, Pujols, Ralph Kiner, 114 home runs in their first 3 seasons.
That's a lot.
Crazy. All right, next one. Can you name the top 5 players to have the most career home runs to never lead the league?
Oh. Okay.
And look at the silhouettes. The silhouettes will help.
Yeah, there's some of those I'm like, maybe I know who that is. So let's see. Top 5 players, most career home runs to never lead the league. So I immediately think of guys like, I know Frank Thomas never led the league. We talked about that not that long ago.
Yeah, Frank Thomas is the
He's the second from the left. He's the dude with the massive legs.
Yeah. Yep, John Carter's got it. Frank Thomas is one.
Yeah, Frank is one.
Palmeiro's another. Nice, John Temple. He's the first one on the left.
Gotcha. I mean, I would go Stan the Man again because I've mentioned him before.
Yep, Musial is in the middle on the right
John
side
Carter
there.
John Carter said it with me.
Yep. Not Canseco. That's a good guess, Captain.
Who hit? I mean, Griffey led the league.
Yeah, not Griffey.
McGuire led the league. Pujols definitely led the league.
Yeah.
Who else had a lot of home runs?
Not Beltre. That's a good guess. It's not Beltre.
Yeah, that's a good one. Sosa led the league. What about a guy?
Sosa led the league, but never with his 60 home run season.
I know, that's hilarious. Guy hit 60 some odd and didn't lead the league then.
Not McGriff.
Oh, McGriff's a good one.
Not Clark. I mean, the right-handed batter has an iconic stance with a lot of movement.
I know. I feel like I know it. A lot of movement. Is it Sheffield?
It's Sheffield.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm looking at the follow-through going, who is that? It's driving me nuts.
That is Sheffield for sure.
And the last one on the right, it looks like a right-handed batter, and I don't.
It is not a right-handed batter. It's a lefty.
Okay. because that finish reminds me of Toronto.
Yeah, it's not Biggio, Captain. Harrison, you're on
Delgado.
It is Carlos Delgado. Yes, for sure. So Palmeiro 569, Thomas 521, Sheffield 509. You always forget Sheffield had 500 career homers.
I do every time.
Musial 475, Delgado 473. These guys never led the league in home runs.
That's amazing.
Crazy. All right, next one. Which 4 Negro Leaguers led the MLB in home runs in a season at some point in their careers?
Oh, okay. This is an interesting one. Well, I mean, right off the bat, you've got to have Willie and Hank.
Yep. It's Hank then Willie.
They're the first 2 guys on the left, right?
Yep.
Who else had a lot of home runs? Gibson never played in MLB. God, I just keep coming up with pitchers.
I mean, the third silhouette you should get too. I mean, that's a pretty iconic one right there.
It does. It looks familiar, and I can't place it. Oh,
yes.
Yeah, John got it. Ernie Banks.
It is Ernie Banks for sure.
That was such a duh.
The fourth one might be a sleeper. But if you think about it, he was absolutely insane.
I mean, it's not
left-handed swing. It's not Roberto. That's a good guess.
It's not Jackie then.
It is a left-handed swing.
Was this player one of the early players in MLB?
Early-ish, yeah. It's Indians.
Oh, it's got to be Doby then.
It is Larry Doby. Yes.
Yeah, you say Indians, it's like he's the only guy I can think of.
Yeah.
From the Indians.
Yep. So Hank Aaron, Willie Mays, Ernie Banks, and Larry Doby.
For whatever reason, I always blank on the fact that Ernie.
Yeah. All right. This next one I had a lot of fun writing. So
yeah, John got it too, got Doby.
Yep. This next one's hilarious, but I love it. Here we go. Can you name the top 4 players in strikeouts to hits differential?
Okay.
So well, that plus 748 more strikeouts than hits in their career.
Dude, that has to be Adam Dunn.
It is Adam Dunn, number 1.
He is the first one on my list when you talk.
748 is wild.
That's insanity. Holy cow. Well, if we're talking differential, then it's got to, I mean, Joey Gallo.
Joey Gallo's the last one on the right at 577.
I thought so. The plus 692, is that Chris Davis?
That is Chris Davis.
So who am I missing?
Yep, Captain got it done.
Oh, Klesko's
a good guess. It's not Klesko.
No, it's a good guess. We're missing 644.
Not Junior.
Oh, that's a big right-handed swing.
Yep, Davis was the other one.
Captain got Chris Davis. Yep. It's a shame because Chris Davis was going to be an elite player. Then you just forgot how to hit.
Forgot. I don't even know he knew what sport he was playing at that point.
Yeah, there was something wrong there.
It was bad.
He was just gone.
It was worse than the yips.
Terrible.
Yeah. Joey Gallo's the last one on the right. Nice job.
Gallo's 577.
Not Canseco. We had this guy on our Jeopardy last night, actually.
Oh, is he one of the reverse 30-30s?
He is absolutely.
It's Reynolds.
It is Mark Reynolds.
I don't give him enough credit for all the Ks he had.
Yeah. Oh, there it is.
Captain got it. Nice job, Captain.
Mark Reynolds for sure. Adam Dunn, Chris Davis, Mark Reynolds, Joey Gallo. Absolutely insane. All right. So these next ones, fellas, I went pretty creative with them, I think. I showed Harrison them before, so I'm going to let you guys guess. But
yeah, these are all
I've kind of mixed all of our trivia stuff kind of together. It's a little bit of who is this guy with some picture puzzles. It's kind of hard to explain. So you will see what I have done. So this first one, I think, is a layup. Harrison would probably agree.
Yeah,
especially with where our guys are located.
Yeah.
We'll definitely get this first one. But here is the first one. Who is this MLB player? And that's all I'm going to say. You have to tell me from the clues in this picture who this guy is. I think in future ones I am going to put position in there at some somehow. I think that would help. But
and you do that on some of these.
Yeah. But I think I'll do it on all of them.
Yeah, might be helpful just to narrow it down.
But yeah. But these were fun to kind of do to try.
Yeah. Oh, John Carter got it.
Yep, it is Adley Rushman Faucho. He's Oregon State Beaver. He was born in the state of Oregon, first round draft pick, and currently a Baltimore Oriole. And then obviously that's Camden Yards in the background. Adley Rushman is correct. All right. Here is the second one. Who is this MLB player? A little bit to dissect here. Took Harrison a minute to get this one, but once
this one took a minute to kind of unravel all the clues.
Yeah.
And the one that I wasn't clear on, and I'll give you guys a hint, is that the 3 stars at the top, that's not a team, that's for all-stars, all-star appearances.
Yes.
Aaron Rodgers.
Close.
Not
quite.
I mean, same initials.
Yep.
Oh, John Carter.
It is Aramis Ramirez for sure. Nice job, John Carter. Captain, I'll show myself out after missing the ad. No, you're good, Captain. It's all good. Yeah, it is Aramis Ramirez. I think he's also.
Captain, you're busy watching our back and moderating chat. Like, we get it.
Yeah, you're good. Aramis Ramirez, very, very good player.
I used to love him. He was one of my favorites.
I think he's underrated for what his career was.
Yeah, he was the Jose Ramirez of that time. Yeah, he played on a lot of teams that didn't get a lot of attention. And he also played behind guys who were unbelievably good. If
you had to guess at his home run total, what would you guess?
Oh, God, Aramis Ramirez? He must have been high 300s.
Put a number real quick. See if you got it.
382.
Oh, so close. 386.
Damn.
386. Yeah, right on it. I wouldn't have guessed 386, man. That's crazy.
I mean, he was like the Jose Ramirez of that time. He just consistently played good baseball. But the problem is he was always behind guys who were so good. It was Sosa and Braun. And he was always like, the second fiddle.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. This next one might be the toughest pull. So, John Carter, I expect you to get it in about 5 seconds. Who is this MLB player? I will give the hint. The Texas flag is where he's from. He did not play for the Texas Rangers. This one one's a little bit of a deeper pull, I believe.
Yeah, this was a tough one.
Yeah, they were all around it in the chat. 398, 379. You guys were all close.
I'm impressed.
Yeah. Yeah, this one's a tougher pull for sure. I saw this name and I was like, oh yeah, for sure I'm using him. I haven't heard it in a hot minute. So
a little mean.
You say a little mean?
Yeah, a little mean.
Yeah.
BJ Surhoff. That's not a bad guess.
Did he actually catch?
Yeah, he came up as a catcher.
Oh, obviously Ohtani. Yeah, I mean, I think he is due to start behind the plate tomorrow. So
I mean, inevitably, yeah. Maybe he's getting traded to the Reds. Could you imagine?
No, they're crazy. Dan Wilson's not a bad guess, but no Seattle in there. So we got Indians, Astros, and the Reds are the 3 teams. So those were the clues I used in there. That's what the headdress, the shuttle, and obviously the crayons. How do you say it?
Yeah, dude, you went real south on us. Oh, we got it.
Bang! It is Eddie Taubensee for sure. John Carter. My goodness, man. Yeah, it took us a minute to pull that one, but Eddie Taubensee.
Yeah, that was a challenging one.
All right, here is the last one I got for this evening. Who is this MLB player? So obviously 3 Gold Gloves there, 5 All-Star appearances.
Yeah, can we go back to how you just said crayons? Like you went deep. You went deep south on me there for a minute.
Crayons. How do you say it?
Crayons.
Yeah, it's crayons.
Like somebody from the Northeast would. Oh, John, the crayon, the hint of the Reds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn it, John. He's so good, man. It's crazy. I loved it. Not Reed.
Oh.
Good guess. Is that Jody Reed, right?
Yep.
That's another blast from the past.
I know.
So I will give you hints on the teams here. So obviously the Angels. That is
Yeah, the halo over his head.
Yeah.
Angels.
That is Montreal in the background. And it's a trolley, but not San Francisco. So trolley Dodgers. That's how I pictured that one. So the Dodgers. Montreal, the Dodgers, and the Angels.
Jamie Moyer.
The
night is complete.
I can't wait to actually throw him in here and you guys don't get him. Which I tried to sneak it in like a couple of weeks ago and you guys snuffed that out in about 2
totally
minutes.
Nailed it.
I mean, it literally is the answer to almost every single trivia question. He could be.
I mean, there's a lot of trivia questions.
Yeah. It's not Raul Mondesi. That's a good guess. Not Mondesi.
So Angels, Expos, Dodgers, played third base, 3 Gold Glove, 5 All-Star appearances. This is another pretty good poll.
Yeah. But definitely know the name once you've heard it.
Oh, yeah.
All right. I'll give you guys about 10, 15 more seconds here, and then I'm just going to tell you. All right, man. There it is.
There it is. Nice job, Chad.
Tim Wallach is the correct answer. Nice pull, Chad. There it is. Tim Wallach.
You should have heard me swearing at Nick before the show. Like, you pulled Tim Wallach on me and Eddie Taubensee?
Yep.
Who the hell does that?
Yeah, I know. That's bad. But those were really fun for me to put together. Those are cool.
Those are cool. I like those a lot.
Yeah, those are fun. So you might see some of those pop up on the page as like I have been doing like trivia of like who is this guy and just like with a silhouette, but just kind of not as in depth as Harrison with my clues. Just a little way to get some post interaction and some reels in there. So yeah. So I have one thing before we go. I'm obviously leaving for Pittsburgh tomorrow morning. I got my Diamondbacks garb all ready to go. I am going to miss Paul Scanes by a day.
I still think you have to stay and watch that game, but
I'm going to try like crazy. The weather does look kind of fishy for Saturday, so possibly a day-night doubleheader on Sunday.
That wouldn't suck.
No, but yeah, I will be posting videos and pictures from PNC Park. I can't wait to get there. I will officially be halfway done my stadium tour, so I'll be 15 out of 30. Pretty pumped. I'll have everything east of Cincinnati done, except for Toronto and Tampa. But yeah, no Tampa for a while. But yeah,
I've been there. You're not missing much.
Yeah. The Hulkster died, man. What a week for like sports in Hollywood. Like terrible this week. But
yeah, we lost Ozzy, we lost Hulk, we lost Malcolm Jamal Warner.
Brutal. Yeah. Hulkamania will live on forever.
They keep taking legends. Can't we take some of the ones that weren't any good?
That's terrible.
I mean, is it though?
I mean, no, not really. But
I mean, you got 4 people on The View you could take right now.
Anyways, yeah, God.
Just gonna let that one go, huh, Nick?
Yeah, I'm not gonna touch that one.
Fair enough.
So John Harrison and I are planning on coming out. I think that might be our trip next year. I think we're going to try to do Minnesota, Milwaukee, and both Chicago's and fly home, because those are the four semi lumped together. And I had it mapped out this year where we could have hit all four at the same time.
Yeah, I kind of screwed that up when I got sick.
Yeah, it happens.
I messed up our summer.
It's all good.
And then we've got to try to meet up with Forrest to go check out some of that wicked old baseball I've been talking about.
Yeah, and he's in Minnesota too, so that would be really cool. But yeah, we'll definitely let you know when we come out. But going out for a Boston, if it lined up, that'd be really cool. Yeah, we'll definitely keep you know. I know, Chad. This is the worst part of this week for sure. It's like, holy crap. Like, now I know how my parents felt when they're like, oh, so-and-so passed away. And I'm like, I don't know who that is. Yeah. And then now that we're hearing it, it's like, oh God, we're old. Like, it's crazy. But
yeah, we're watching our childhood go away. It's like, geez.
But I mean, you heard about like Ozzy Osbourne, like doing the concert, like practically on his last leg. And
like, just a couple weeks ago, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the sad part with Ozzy is that he was so well preserved with alcohol and drugs that he didn't even know what was going on.
Yeah, but
remember the Osbourne show? Like, Sharon, get my burrito. That was like must-see TV because it was such a hot mess.
That show, man, started it all for sure. Man, crazy.
But I mean, just legends, legends fallen.
Yeah, that's terrible. But do you have anything else baseball related that you would like to touch base on before we head out for the evening?
No, we got to expansion, which is good. I love to talk expansion, so that was nice. We did see Felix Bautista go back on the IL. That's the Orioles need to make some trades. That season is just not getting better.
Nope.
But we've got some good. There's a good slate of matchups for the weekend, so good baseball to watch.
Yeah,
and hopefully the hot stove will continue to crank.
Yes, I will be on that obviously all weekend. So,
and then for all you guys in chat, I do have a volunteer, but I'll throw it out there. Nick is not going to be on the show Sunday. I'm going to be all by my lonesome unless somebody joins me. So I do have a volunteer, but I'd be happy to add more to the show and have a grand old time with any of you. So if anybody out there wants to join me on Sunday and co-host this little baseball show we do, let me know.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Drop us a message on the page. I'd love to see some of the Johns or, jump on here and let's just talk some ball for an hour or two.
Absolutely. All right. Captain's calling it right now. Suarez to the Brewers.
Suarez to the Yankees. There's no way the Yankees are going to let them trade him anywhere else.
Yeah. I don't.
If the Yankees lose out on Suarez, Yankees fans will absolutely mutiny. I mean, John, you're not wrong. I mean, I am owed a solo show or two.
Yeah. I mean, how many did I do? Like 10? I think
you did like
8
like
10.
5 weeks worth of them. So yeah.
Man. So it's crazy. But
John Temple, I'm always in the chat. I mean, that's fair.
Yep.
But,
perfect.
So if anybody wants to jump on the show and join me Sunday night, let me know. Otherwise, I do have a volunteer, but I'd love to have a couple of you and just talk some ball. So
absolutely.
Drop us a message on the Facebook page.
Absolutely. All right. Well, again, thank you, everybody. I mean, you guys are always so faithful and loyal, coming back show after show. We love spending time with you guys, talking baseball. It's absolutely incredible. The support that you guys give us every week means so much. So really appreciate it. It's always great talking. And we will. No, we're never truly alone in this group.
We're never alone. Never alone.
And that's what, honestly, like, you guys like crushed it when Harrison was out, because if it was just me rambling for an hour, I would look like a blubbering fool. I probably still did at times, but
it was great.
But you guys carried so much. So it was quite incredible. So Yes, thank you, John. I will have a good trip. This is a hat collection. Like, the Diamondbacks are, I follow the Diamondbacks. We follow everybody. I have 60 hats in my closet. I choose a different one every show. So the Red Sox are my team. You'll hear us complain about them if you subscribe. But
which you should do.
Absolutely. So, but yeah.
And I'm with you, Mike. I hope the Yankees miss every one of their trade targets. I hope the Yankees get nobody, miss out on everything, and have a miserable second half of the year. As a Red Sox fan, that's all I can hope for.
Yeah.
I'll come with notes, Harrison. Love it.
Yeah. Could you imagine if that actually happened? That one. Crazy. But all right. Well, I will see you guys. Yes, check out our merch store on Etsy. Thank you, John, for the reminder. Good way to support us, to get some rounding third swag. It's pretty cool stuff on there. We're looking to add some other stuff too. So keep your eye on that. Check it out. And yeah, I will be sending pictures and videos from PNC on Saturday night. Hopefully talking to the wife about possibly getting to that skiing start on Sunday.
Got to make sure you try the pierogies while you're there.
We'll see. The pierogies.
Yep.
Okay.
That's a Pittsburgh specialty.
Okay. On it. All right. Well, have fun on the show Sunday, Harrison. I obviously will be checking in at some point, probably dropping some comments, giving you a hard time. And then I'll be back for Jeopardy on Wednesday.
Have Dad watching over my shoulder, everybody.
All right, guys. We'll see you. Thanks again. You guys are awesome.
See ya. We're going to raid the liquor cabinet on Sunday. Bye.